Den første weekend i oktober var der Britcar 24 Hour på Silverstone i England. Og for første gang deltager en dansk-bygget racerbil i et 24-timers løb, nemlig Aquila CR1. Det engelske racingteam Wessex havde investeret i en af de danske racere, og desuden valgt et køresetup i topklasse. Blandt andet Rob Huff, der her bliver interviewet til engelsk TV.
Just preliminary checks just before we obviously start the big race. You know, you can't sort of check and double check these things enough. You want to make sure that everything's absolutely as well prepared as it can be. And these were the sort of little things, or the big things effectively, by doing gearboxes and just double checking everything on the car that you have to do in preparation for a race like this. You know, the car's basically got to go for 24 hours.
Var det noget, du havde forventet?
Vi vidste godt, vi var hurtige. Vi havde faktisk aftalt, at vi ikke skulle have pole. Men der kom olie på banen til sidst, der havde vi den hurtigste tid. Så jeg havde forventet, at vi var hurtige, men vi havde aftalt, at vi ikke skulle have pole.
Og hvorfor havde I så aftalt, at I ikke skulle have pole?
Det er for at holde øjnene lidt væk fra os, indtil vi kører racet.
Okay. I har altså speeden. Hvad med holdbarheden? Hvad er dine forventninger der?
Ja, der er jeg lige så spændt som alle andre i teamet. Vi har jo selvfølgelig kørt rigtig mange testdage herovre. Det er gået rigtig godt. Der har ikke været nogen problemer. Men 24 timer, det er lang tid.
Hoff havde desuden kørt Aquilaen til pole position, uden at have siddet i bilen før, og oven i købet i regnvejr. You've only been driving in the wet. What do you expect when you get it in the dry?
For sure to be quicker, a lot more grip. Obviously we don't have power steering on the car, but for me the biggest mental challenge is the fact we don't have traction control, and certainly in the wet conditions with sort of 600 horsepower you have to be very careful with how much throttle you input coming out of the corners. Obviously in the dry that's going to be even easier because you're going to have a lot more grip, it's going to be a lot more stable.
You had some problems with the light.
Yeah, we've struggled a little bit. Obviously, the only time you can set the lights up on the car is when it's dark and when you're actually on circuit. Tonight is the first time that we've had a chance to run the car in the dark, and it's the first time that we've run with these particular lights, and they're just not quite strong enough. They don't have a long enough beam on them. They have quite a wide spread, and they're good for about 50 meters in front of the car. But when you're doing 280 kilometers down the back straight, those 50 meters come very quickly. So it's very difficult to see at the moment.
Både kører og teamejer Nigel var godt tilfredse med at skulle starte etter, men også realistiske omkring, at alt kan ske i løbet af 24 timer. Kelvin, what do you think about the Aquila race car?
Well, we're still very early days for us, but so far I've been here 3 days now, and so far very pleased with it. Very pleased for such a new car. We haven't had any big problems, a few normal little teething problems, but they're all things. It's normal and it's easy enough to sort those.
Phil, what do you think about the Aquila race car?
Well, since Nigel asked us to do the 24-hour with the car, we've been doing a few days of testing in the UK, and from the first test it's shown that the car is very quick, and so as a result we're very excited about the race actually. I mean, you saw from the qualifying session today was actually, you know, not a real big effort to be on pole position. So I guess the big question mark now is whether the car can be reliable for 24 hours.
Expected, or are you surprised?
No, very surprised. It's difficult to get a car to do 4 hours, let alone 24 hours. But fingers crossed, we've got some reliability. We had a few issues early on with early development, but we think we've got rid of those. And so we've just got everything, legs, fingers, everything crossed, that we'll be to the finish.
Yeah, and you have 3 excellent drivers.
Yes, the driver lineup is, I think, second to none. They're, you know, current and some past racing drivers from single-seaters, touring cars. So yeah, we've got the drivers we need.
Og efter lidt luftunderholdning og nærkontakt med raceren, er publikum ude og banen ryddet, og bilerne kan køre ud på warm-up-runden. Og så kl. 16:30 går den rullende start med den gule Aquila i front. Og her, efter den første runde på den cirka 5 km lange Silverstone-bane, har Aquilaen allerede skabt sig et markant forspring til bilen på andenpladsen. Det var tydeligt at se, at Aquilaen var hurtigste bil på banen. Og kørerne skulle, udover at køre stærkt, også holde tungen lige i styrthjelmen, hver gang en af de langsommere biler skulle overhales. For tilskuerne var der meget at se på, og de kunne komme tæt på. Og Wessex-garagen var et tilløbsstykke. Konstant var der klynger af folk, der skulle se, hvad der foregik. Wessex-teamet var yderst professionelt. Alt var sat i system, fra skruer og reservedele til mad og kaffe. Langsomt begyndte mørket at sænke sig over Silverstone, og kl. 17.49 blev der fra løbsledelsen erklæret natkørsel, og så skulle alle køre med lys. Allerede efter godt 3 timers kørsel havde Wessex-teamet skabt sig et forspring på over 4 omgange. Tankning, dækskift og førerskift foregik efter planen, og køreren, der lige har kørt, informerer næste chauffør om både bil og bane.
The only thing you can go off is the tread box, the other cars have left.
Kelvin, how is it out there?
The car's really quick. That's not a problem. The traffic is pretty bad. There's some really slow drivers. So the biggest challenge for me, I think, we need to be careful and patient and not try to pass some of the slow cars too aggressively. And we have 4 laps lead now, so I think the biggest challenge is not to damage the car with one of the slow cars.
Ja, når man i flere timer har siddet anspændt bag rattet, så er det jo godt, at en af kollegernes kæreste ved, hvordan sådan noget skal klares. Men pludselig kl. 20.45 er det gået galt. Som frygtet er det en af de langsommere biler. Den er kørt ind i venstre baghjul på Aquilaen, og der skal repareres. Og så er der hektik og stærkt forhøjet puls. Og Aquilaens skaber Dan Sunson kaster sig ind i kampen for at gøre Aquilaen kampklar igen. Godt hjulpet af 2 assistenter fra Aarhus Tech i Danmark, hvor Dan underviser. Det er en kamp mod uret. For hver cirka 2 minutter bilen holder i garage, kommer den en omgang bagefter de førende biler. Bærearme og gearkasse er repareret, men udstødningen er også beskadiget, så derfor må teamet skubbe raceren til et andet sted, for at dette kan blive klaret med svejsning. Og så langt om længe kan Aquilaen skubbes i gang igen, men efter 1,5 time i pit og nu bagud med godt 40 omgange, venter der en hård kamp. Men desværre, efter nogle timers kørsel, hvor man ellers har halet godt ind på de andre, sætter speederen sig fast i et hurtigt sving, hvor speederen netop lige skal slippes et splitsekund. Resultatet er en tur i gruset. Ikke den store skade, men lagt sammen med grus overalt i og på bilen, vælger teamet at trække sig for denne gang.
Rob, it was a shame, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's a bit of a disappointment. Very upset for the team. Really, they've worked so hard to get the car here and get it finished and get it ready for the big event. I think we surprised a lot of people. I think we probably upset a lot of people. We put it on pole. We were quickest in the warm-up this morning, and we had, I think, up to almost a 5-lap lead in the first 4 hours of the race. So, yeah, a real shame. But you know, it's just a few small sort of niggly problems with the car, but nothing that can't be sorted and can't be fixed. So, come back next year stronger and bigger and better.